right, for questions, J.P. Moseley, you'll have field the first question. Question number 1. Do you have any statistical data or information you can share regarding crime rates and how you personally have helped address crime in the area where you work or have worked if you are not currently employed in a law enforcement position?
So a lot of the statistics from my previous job with the Department of Homeland Security has to do with human smuggling, human trafficking, the movement of people, narcotics, money, and weapons across the border. Every office that I went to and every office that I supervised, our statistics tripled as far as the number of arrests went up, indictments, convictions, search warrants, and arrest warrants. We did that through a proactive stance that we took with, we wouldn't just wait. As a federal agent, a lot of times they wait until the big money comes along, the big arrest comes along. I took a different turn. I had my agents go out and we made the small arrest. We worked with state and local, sheriff's office, police departments. We got involved, we were on the street. And every office that I was with, we had our statistics as far as arrest and indictments go up. We seized more money, we seized more narcotics, and we tried to make a difference in the community where we were.
Sheriff Tatum, do you have any statistical data or information you can share regarding crime rates and how you personally have helped address crime in the area where you work or have worked if you are not currently employed in a law enforcement position?
As a matter of fact, I do have something. I'll go back to 2003. We had 382 reportable crimes against person, meaning burglaries, car thefts, anything like that. It didn't count sexual assaults, but what it just called property crimes. In 2022, we had 124. That's how far it went down in that many years. And the reason it did, we had 350 in 2022, we had 350 self-initiated arrests by officers going out, stopping cars and finding drugs. So as small as our force is, you arrest 350 people in 1 year and charge them with crimes like methamphetamines at that time was one of our worst problem. That is a lot of work for them officers to do, a lot of reports. It's hard on the judicial system, it's hard on the district attorney's office, but we kept pushing and pushing. One thing that we did to stop these burglaries and these thefts in this county was we get on it quick. Your house gets broke into, your business gets broke into, we get on it right then. We use informants. We roll these people that do these drugs. We roll them. We get them to tell us where the stuff is. Get them to work with us. Whatever it takes to get your property back, to stop these crimes. And one thing we've got on now, and it will probably come out in more, is the fentanyl deaths. We've placed 4 people in custody for murder in the last month for selling fentanyl and killing people in our county. Thank you.
What do you feel is your most important qualification to be sheriff?
I think the most quality I have to make me sheriff is I've been here my entire career. I've seen what Hopkins County needed. I worked under Butch Adams in the court with the commissioner's court with him, and now I've got a court that I work with. I think the most important thing I see is retention of our officers, and not only the deputies, but the corrections also. It's been very tough to keep these officers and train them because we have a very extensive field training. So what we did was we find a way to give them raises to keep them here. And I think that's if anything I want to be remembered by is that I fought hard to get these raises. We've raised over $4 million. We give 30% raise in the last 3 years. And we haven't lost an officer, and I can't remember the last time. I was talking to Taryn that the other day. It's been 3 or 4 years since we even had an officer leave here to go somewhere else. So I think that's my most important.
What do you feel is your most important qualification to be sheriff?
Started out in law enforcement here in Sulphur Springs. I'm currently a master peace officer in the state of Texas, but I did travel. I did leave So I've got experiences. I've instructed classes around the world, worked with international law enforcement, worked with state, local, and other federal agencies. So I feel my most important quality is I have experience. I have professionalism. I've been to places, I've seen what fentanyl will do. I was on a fentanyl working group, so I have the experiences to bring that right back to Hopkins County. And that's what I want to do, is I want to bring all of my associations from around the world, from around the country, with other federal agencies, with other state and local agencies, bring it right here to Hopkins County. Thank you.
Question number 3. As sheriff, what is or would be your top priorities, and do you feel the budget is adequate to institute your priorities?
I think the budget currently is about 2.9, right at $3 million. The sheriff hit the nail on the head. Retention of employees. Retention of employees, you maintain that experience, that knowledge that comes here in Hopkins County. So getting the deputies more raises, if it's possible, absolutely. Finding other ways to motivate the deputies to stay here. Whether that's training, whether that's equipment, whatever it is, that's the most important thing. And that's really all I got to say.
Sheriff Tatum, as sheriff, what is your top priority, and how do you feel the budget is do you feel the budget is adequate to institute your priorities?
Well, is Kenneth Dean still here? He's probably want to kill me. Yeah, there he is. I want to not only do it for the Hopkins County Sheriff's Office, but like these raises, we're giving it to the whole county. You know, I talked to Judge Newsom and the Commissioner's Court when we were starting making this money. We want to provide it for the entire county. Everybody here deserves a raise to their quality of life and being home with their families when they can and not having to work these extra jobs. But as sheriff, I want to continue what I'm doing. I want to continue to fight this drug problem. I want to continue to do what we do with our trustee programs and give these people another way of life, you know, and show them that they can be a good citizen in this county. I mean, if you don't know, our trustees, we even get them false teeth. Instead of just pulling their teeth, we get them dentures. We make them where they feel like they can go do a job interview and smile and be a productive citizen. But I want to do that. I want to keep the crime rate down. I want to get rid of this dadgum fentanyl that's killing our kids. And we have got a big start on that because the regional director of DPS came down after we arrested the first 2 people for murder, couldn't believe that we'd already done that, and wanted to join in with us. And then they helped us serve a felony warrant in Commerce, and we cut the head off the snake on that one because that was a big fentanyl dealer. Yeah. So I want to continue doing this. I want to work for Hopkins County as long as I'm doing a good job. I do not never want to be sitting down in that office and not producing.
The 4th and final question before closing arguments. Do you have a plan that you will or have enacted to reduce any costs, improve efficiency, or make needed improvements without requiring additional tax dollars?
Yes, I did. You said closing arguments. You may close the statement.
Last question before closing.
I said closing arguments. Oh man, you got me now.
What do I do for a living?
No, Judge, I appreciate everything you do, sir. It is an honor to even know you. I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing. We love cutting taxes. This program we have with the U.S. Marshals, you know, like I said, it's brought in over $4 million worth of revenue. We've got our program to where we sell our own commissary. It's brought in over $2 million. We bought a lot of things through that commissary that otherwise would had to come out of our budget for road and bridge or somewhere else. We paid for it ourselves out of that, just selling the commissary, and that is a lot of work on Kenneth Dean and Wanda Allen. Lord have mercy. They get up there at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to sell that commissary. And I want to continue to provide for this county and make more and more money so we can give it to the firemen wherever it needs to go to help. I think that's a big thanks to all the hard work of everybody at Hopkins County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you, do you have a plan that you will or have enacted to reduce any costs, improve efficiency, or make needed improvements without requiring additional tax dollars?
Yes. First and foremost, the U.S. Marshal Program is a great program. I've worked with the Marshals for 2 decades. I think what the sheriff is doing is fantastic. I want to continue that. As far as other types of ways to create efficiencies and reduce costs, I was honored and was lucky enough to teach at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Glencoe, Georgia, where most of the federal agencies are taught. Still have a lot of connections there, and I've already reached out to them. If elected as sheriff, we're going to import federal training into Hopkins County. Federal training to come in that will be good for all of the counties at no cost to us. They will fund the travel, they will fund the equipment, and they will fund the training to come to Hopkins County and teach our guys, teach the surrounding counties. So it's programs like that that I want to continue, that I want to work with. How do we get the best training in the world? We go to the best trainers in the world. We bring them to Hopkins County. How do we save money? We look for ways to reduce costs and increase our efficiencies, whether that's new equipment for the employees, whether that's just cutting out some low-hanging fruit that we really don't need, and adding in programs that we do need. So that's kind of my thought process is go in, look, listen, and feel what the sheriff's office is doing and identify ways to create efficiencies and save money.
All right. And now, if court will come to order, we'll have our closing arguments. J.P. Moseley, 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, closing arguments. I probably won't take 3 minutes. I think everyone's looking at their clock as it is. My goal with the Sheriff's Department is to start off with establishing mission and vision statements so that we can come together as an office under my administration and start to look and everyone march in the same direction. I'm looking at core values. I'm not saying that they're not there now because I believe they are there now, but this is something I'm very passionate about. Integrity, making sure that our actions match our words. Courage. It's known that police officers and firemen and EMS personnel run into situations where most people are running out of, but we have to demonstrate that courage. And sometimes that courage is holding ourselves accountable. Transparency and accountability. I want to be transparent with everyone. I want the people to manage our expectations. I want them to know what to expect from us. Human dignity. We touched on this earlier. Treating every person with human dignity, with respect, with empathy and sympathy. Professionalism. I want to set the bar so high for Hopkins County Sheriff's Office. I want Hopkins County Sheriff's Office to be a pinnacle law enforcement agency. A pinnacle law enforcement agency is one that other agencies look to strive to be like. And that's what I want. Leadership. I will lead from the front. I will never ask anyone to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. I will be there first thing in the morning to the end of the night. I will have one job and one job only, and that's to lead Hopkins County Sheriff's Office. Thank you.
Sheriff Tatum.
I'll tell you, once you get sheriff, leading from the front ain't gonna be too good. Texas Rangers don't like that too well. They'll come and get you in a dump truck. I haven't found that out. I'll tell you, some things that we've done I want to touch on real quick is, we provide trustees we provide 16 trustees to county. We provide 6 trustees to the city. And that saves them over $1.3 million in labor. And that's a great thing we've done. We're proactive with the school security. We are fixing to start teaching alert training. We've sent 4 officers to be alert instructors. Now, the state's requiring that. We jumped on the bandwagon a little quick. We went and got the officers training. We're going to have to wait for the equipment. Well, the Commissioner's Court, we mentioned it to them. They jumped up and bought the equipment for us, at about $20,000 to $25,000. So we're going to be teaching it in-house right here where we teach our academy. You know, I have some of the most well-trained officers there is. We help agencies all over. The Texas Rangers grab our guys when they go to another county to work a murder scene, so our CID can go help them and teach the other agencies how to work these crime scenes. You would not believe the people. I am humbled when I walk in a room with our officers, because they are the best of the best, and we can't replace them. There's no way to replace them. You can't replace a Taylor Crump. You can't replace any of these officers, I'm telling you. They're the best of the best. I'll leave you this. I love Hopkins County, and I want to continue to be your sheriff, and I will work hard. Thank you.